Welcome back to Titanium Hangar. This is Mike, and I'm coming at you with a quick video. It's another size comparison video compared to a few other things, just this random stuff. And I'm trying to think of what's in the Star Wars realm that's big. What's big? And the thing it's just been right in front of me is this Queen Amidala Royal Starship. Now I've got a few of these things. Funny story is how I got my first one on something called eToys online in 1999, and for $50. This one here is actually a kind of, I would call it a junker. It's chipped up and played with. I let my kids play with this one, but it's kind of, I think it's the coolest ship that ever came out of the prequels. I'm not a huge fan of the prequels. I still watch them with my kids. My kids love them, and they love playing with the ships and the toys and stuff from that. But I'm not a huge fan of collecting prequel stuff. So this thing, I got a good deal on it, real cheap, and so I let my kids play with it. But for size comparison purposes, this is made by Hasbro, and Hasbro made a Star Wars item that's this long. It's still shorter than the Barge, and I just thought it would be kind of interesting to see what it looked like next to the Barge. Next thing I want to show you is just look at the size of two AT-AT boxes side by side. I think they just released like a white box picture of what the Barge is going to look like. Whoop-de-doo. I would have much rather seen a mock-up. I mean, how hard would it have been to Photoshop something in on that box to show what the box art would look like? Shouldn't be that hard. But here you go with the... It's technically longer than two of the Vintage Collection or Legacy AT-ATs. You know, those guys over there. It's technically longer than two of those. Well, that's a big toy, and that's going to be a big box, and that's going to be some costly shipping. But anyway, there's one more size comparison. And then, of course, last but definitely not least, I've got another size comparison. And since it's a titanium hanger, this is the comparison of the Jabba Barge 2, our 9 Death Star project. And funny thing is that I actually measured this piece of wood that the Death Star's on to be 4 foot by 4 foot, to give a little extra space for building it. I considered making it exactly the dimensions, and that would have been a lot of work. Plus, you wouldn't have been able to like put extra scenes on the end. But anyway, there it is, and it's bigger, wider than 9 Death Stars in a circle. Want to talk about Haslab? If you don't know, you got to put $500 down to get a Jabba Barge made if 5,000 people want it. Or if 1,000 people want to buy five of them each, there's 5,000. However you want to do it. Or if one guy wants to buy, 100 orders of 5 to get to 500, you could do that too. They changed the verbiage. It said day 1 per household. Day 27 now? What are we on? It says the limit is 5 per transaction. Much different wording because they don't care how many you buy. Technically, Entertainment Earth or one of those online retailers, they could buy them up. But, what's it going to cost? What are they going to sell them for? They got to double their money, so they're going to sell them for at least $1,000. But anyway, I just wanted to put out another size comparison video. Some of the things that I would have wished I would have put in my first video. And I'm sure I'm going to make another one of these in the next couple of weeks. So, like, subscribe. Back to Barge if you want this thing made. And if you don't, sorry. Titanium Hanger, out.